I started tonight saying we get lost in a trance and we don't have an easy way to remember. And so this is a tool of remembering, of remembrance, to move from the space of a separate, unworthy, victimized, not good self, back to that natural tenderness and love and presence. And as a way of entering it, I'd like to say that the gift of rain, as I've been describing, is it frees us from trance. And like that beautiful line from Shakespeare, that it's like droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven, it really washes away the kind of self-centeredness and fear and grasping that keeps us from being close with each other. It frees us to be more who we really are. There's an inner freedom that's possible when we begin to shift from the place that's confined in the egoic self to that openness and presence. So as you sit here now, you might let your attention come to the breath and extend the breath a bit, just taking a more full in breath and a slow out breath. And again, extended in breath, slow out breath. Letting the senses be awake. So you're feeling quality of here-ness, the sounds, sensations. And then letting come to mind some situation in your life that you'd like to bring more attention to. And I'd like to encourage you not to pick something that's a traumatic kind of reactivity, but rather something where you just get annoyed or you get caught in feeling down on yourself. You get anxious about a performance, upset with somebody, kind of habitual pattern with partner, child. So bringing a situation to mind, you might run it like a movie in your mind, just to bring yourself right to the frame where you're feeling stuck. And if it's something that hasn't happened yet in a real life way, you might imagine it. So that you see yourself in the situation, see where you are. If you're involved with another person, see that person's face. Hear the sound of their voice. If something that's going on that's triggering you. And if you're alone, just bring the circumstances up that really, if you're comparing to somebody else or it's an addictive behavior on your own, just really let it be vivid. What triggers you? So that you freeze the frame right where you're feeling most triggered. And just begin by recognizing kind of the gestalt of what's going on. Just saying what's happening right now, and just name whatever you're aware of, the most obvious parts of it. And let your intention be to allow the experience that you're having just to be there, to not interfere. It's like in watching the gorillas, just letting nature unfold itself as it is. So you're pausing, recognized aloud, and then beginning to investigate the experience. And just notice first what it brings up, what you're feeling in your body. If there's anger and it feels natural to clench your fists, or in some way let your body take the posture that most expresses what you're feeling, go ahead. So you really can get in touch with, well, what's this like when I'm really caught in this? You might feel your face and let the expression of your face, again, reflect what's going on. Try not to be shy. It really helps to let your body and your face contact the experience. And you might notice that there's a belief about yourself or the world that's real obvious. Again, the what am I believing question, just to see if there's something there, that maybe you're believing that you're failing, or that you'll never be good enough, or that you'll never be lovable, that you can't trust others. And then let yourself, if you notice a belief like that, felt sense in your body, like your throat, your chest, your belly. So you're investigating and contacting what's here. And as you do it, let the intention be to offer a kindness or gentleness to what you're aware of. And for tonight, or for this time, I'd encourage you to experiment with bringing your hand to your heart as a kind of gesture. You might vary the pressure so that you really feel that sense of there is kindness and gentleness accompanying your experience. So you might feel anger or hurt inside. You might feel it's shame. And there's that hand and that touch saying, in some way, I'm here. I care. So you're investigating with an intimate attention. And you might sense what that part of you that's most vulnerable and upset most wants or needs. And sense the possibility of bringing great compassion and presence. You might even sense some words that are naturally offered as part of this intimate presence. One healer says, I'm sorry and I love you. Thich Nhat Hanh says the words, darling, I care about this suffering. So there's an honest contact with the experience, investigating, contacting, and an intimate presence. And you might feel your breath as you sit here, and just sense that as you bring this presence to your experience, really who you are. Sense if there's an inhabiting of a larger space of awareness, that there is a sense of that oceanness that's holding the waves of yourself, but not lost inside them. So you're saying yes to the life that's here, making room and resting in something larger. Close with a poem, White Dove. Yoga teacher Dana Falls, she says, in the shared quiet, an invitation arises like a white dove lifting from a limb and taking flight. Come and live in truth. Take your place in the flow of grace. Draw aside the veil you thought would always separate your heart from love. All you ever longed for is before you in this moment, if you dare draw in a breath and whisper yes. Sensing that yes right now, so that if there's any judgment as to how you practice rain, if rain felt incomplete or confusing, that there's a tender yes to that. It's okay. Forgiven, forgiven. If there's a sense of peace, yes to that. This ultimate gift of honoring the life that's here just as it is. Namaste and blessings.